may still be a good candidate for rejuvenation, or may have to look to the next set, which is going to be, if you're trending towards the good condition category, that's your maintenance opportunity. That's going to be your crack seal program when you think about it. It's great to hit those cracks as they've started to develop in years 5 through 7. It's a great opportunity to do that. As those cracks start to, open up, the climate-related cracks, your longitudinal transverse, your block cracks, things like that. When you can hit those with a crack seal early on in the pavement's life, you're going to set that thing up for some success and extend the life by, say, another 5 to 7 years, whatever the number may be. Again, data will help drive and show that for you. But if we just use age and a condition as an indicator for you, if you've got pavements that are around a year 1 or 2, great candidates for, say, a rejuvenation event. If those pavements are now 5 years old and haven't received anything, you got to start looking at a crack seal program. If you haven't provided the crack seal and now we're at age 7, 8, 9, 10, that's where you already have to start looking at something, maybe a beefier preservation type of opportunity. Maybe that's a cape seal. If it's just surface related cracking still showing up there, you could probably get by with a microsurfacing, or from our rural clients or our rural jurisdictions out there, maybe that's your chip seal program, right? Once pavements start dipping into that poor category, you're kind of forced. It's forcing your hand to start taking a look at your mill and overlays. Those are your opportunities for those types of things. Your best fits. Roadways that are beyond that, they're in the failed category. And fortunately, on average, what we see from our client base is we have clients anywhere from 0% or all the way up to 15% of the road network in that state. And if you're trending towards the zeros, it tells me you're probably making those corrections and doing the right types of base repairs in that poor category, so it's not dipping into the faileds, number one. Number two, you're probably doing some preventive and preservation activities. For those of you that have pavements that are upwards of 10 to 15% in your whole network category of a failed state, you might want to take a better look at your mill and overlay practices and processes. Number one, you need to really start thinking about the preventive measures, because that's going to help get those, if they're already in that category, you're stuck there, right? But think about all of those pavements that are in the good and fair categories and working their way into poor and poor into failed. So start thinking about that. Those roadways are going to need that full depth reclamation, full depth reconstruction event, to kind of solve that problem. So, again, the future indicators, if you've got a condition, whether it's a 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 0 to 100, and you know the age of the pavement, that is a great way to kind of accurately project where things are at. So go back to the 5 condition categories, excellent, good, fair, poor, failed. Another way to look at that would be rejuvenation, maintenance, preservation, structural related events, or full depth repairs. So that's it. We're approaching the 10-minute mark. I told you I was going to get there as fast as I could. I hope that helps somebody out there who is either maybe you've already planned your projects for this year and you've already thought about some of these things, or worst case scenario, let that be an indicator of how you can set yourself up for success going into your 2026 projects. If you haven't already gotten your bids out, think about some of those things that I mentioned. And again, we love the feedback. Tell me some other indicators that you're looking at to help predict future conditions, future types of maintenance and repair activities. Until the next one, have a good week.